man, you gotta make sure these mics is functioning up here. Don't have me looking like a dickhead. But anyway, we gonna get to it. You know, not only do we have the director of the movie, we have actual cast. We got.
Oh.
What's up, y'all good? Y'all can hear me on this one's clear, right? We're gonna try this again. Detroit, make some noise in this month. It is a true honor, I'm saying a true honor, to introduce these people that are gonna come down and join us that I get to talk to, man. I need you guys to make some noise for F. Gary, the director. My name, F. Gary, great director. You know what I'm saying? We got Jason Mitchell. We got O'Shea Jackson Jr. and of course,
Yes! Yeah!
Y'all make some
Cute! Yeah! Yeah, yeah!
We got Jason Mitchell. Easy. We got O'Shea. We got Ice Cube. Give it up.
Yeah!
Yeah, what's happening?
Yeah.
I just want to say right here before my
check 1 2 3. My mic sounds wrong.
First of all, I just want to say I don't see how this movie could have been any better, first off, man. So I just want to give y'all that off top. You had, you know, not just everybody. First of all, it was great that Detroit, you know, Detroit had a major role in the movie too, man. That's And just the story as an artist, as somebody, you know, I was born in '88, and it's just that I gotta say that NWA Q, you one of the people who paved the way. Obviously, we see the story told vivid, clearer than ever before, you know what I'm saying? And honestly, as an artist today making music, I'm standing on y'all's shoulders, you know what I'm saying? Y'all put the groundwork in for us. You guys were a voice of the generation. You guys brought a whole new perspective to the game. And honestly, I don't even know what words can, you know, match what all you done, man. It's just an honor to be sitting here with you. Y'all give it up for Ice Cube one more time, man. And you know, Gary, do you want me to call you F. Gary? Great.
Just call me Gary. It's
all right, Gary. Now, this was beautifully directed, man. I can't even express how, you know, and it's great. It's also great to see you. I know you, Cube, you guys have done, you know, Today Was a Good Day video. You did Friday, you know what I'm saying? You've done amazing films on your own. So it's great to see that chemistry. It's great to see this piece of work. This is a masterpiece, man. So I just want to know, how does it feel to be still collabing to this day, from back then all the way to 2015, now you putting out this movie, man? How does that feel?
20 years later, we're still doing it, man. I'm just honored to be able to tell this story, man. That's all. I think this is the most important film of my career, and I think it is the best film that I've done up to this point.
Yeah.
You know, from the first time I met Gary, you know, I knew he was a genius, and I knew that he could tell our stories and bring them to life vividly, and not, you know, and do it with love and respect. And so in figuring out who I wanted to direct this movie, you know, I had a very short list, you know what I'm saying? And at the top of it was Gary Gray. So the fact that he was able to do it, that he put his heart and soul into this for 4 years, you know, I'm just honored to still be working with him, still be doing, you know, hot shit together. You know, ain't nothing wrong with that. And, you know, I'm just proud of this project. It's been a lifelong wish, you know, especially once I started to produce movies. You know, I dreamed that I would be able to bring this story to the big screen. And Detroit, hey, y'all always shown love for Ice Cube, NWA, Eazy-E, Dr. Dre. You know, this is definitely one of the cities I always think of when it's time to, you know, do something hard, to do something real. You know, I always have Detroit in my mind and in my heart.
Now that's major right there. That's major. I just gotta say too, man, y'all was just motherfucking superheroes in the hood, man. It's just, you know what I mean? It's just from the black to the, you really laid the groundwork for so many artists today, man. I can't stress that enough. But one of the things I wanted to ask you was, now most of the cast was, you know, new actors, you know what I mean? You didn't get too many familiar faces to play these roles, but I feel like it was perfectly casted. Y'all agree, right? I mean, it couldn't have, you know, I completely forgot there was actors. I felt like I was looking at Cube. I felt like I was looking at Dre. I felt like I was looking at Easy, you know what I'm saying? And I really appreciate that. I hate when movies come out and it be like, this does not look like Tupac. Like, I thought that was Pac for real, you know what I'm saying? You know, it was great. So what was the thought process and how did you manage to go about that?
You know what, honestly, it was a really scary process for me because Dre and Cube are still really still in popular culture and still in the forefront of everyone's mind and stuff like that. So people have an expectation of what they want to see and how they see Cube and Dre. So when I went to cast it, I went to the studio and said, hey, listen, I have to cast all new people because if I cast someone that's familiar, then it's going to take you out of the movie. But it's kind of a catch-22 because the studio wants return on their investment, so they want to put names up so they can, you know, get a return on their investment. So it has to be new people. The only person that you may be familiar with is Paul Giamatti, and Donna Langley over at Universal and Cube supported me. They said you could scour the planet Earth and find NWA, and I did. And we went through thousands and thousands of people from different continents to find these guys. And they more than delivered. What do you think?
Now, just one more question for you. I got questions for all y'all, but I just want to, you know, work my way down. For the people, you know, who not into...
But thank you for taking me to Sweetwater today.
Oh, yeah, of course I took you to Sweetwater.
I just want to say I had some wings today.
Yeah, of course. You know, we're going to go to Coney Island later. You know, I'm going to take them to the original Pancake House, all that, you know.
Yeah, okay. You know, hospitality is great, by the way.
Of course. No, this is, you know, Detroit is just one thing Detroit knows how to do. We know how to take care of people. We got each other's back. We support straight up. So, but what I wanted to ask you was that for the people who not into rap, you know what I mean? For the people who look at this and think it's just another rap movie or a biopic movie, what and ruining it.
I know where you're going with it. For the people.
No. What I'm saying is, what I'm trying to ask you, man, is that for the people who are not into rap music, I think this is just another biopic. What do you have to say to them? What is the reason?
Drop a beat. Drop a beat.
Why is this?
Okay, you asked me the question. Why is it so important for people to see this movie who aren't rap fans and who aren't NWA fans? And the one thing that I wanted to set out to do was tell a universal story that everybody could identify with. You don't have to be a rapper, you don't have to be black, you don't have to be white to understand brotherhood. You don't have to be from this environment to understand love and also courage. You know, these guys stood up. Cube stood up and said, I'm not going to be taken advantage of. Anybody can identify with that. We know when we take advantage of what it feels like to have courage. Dre stood up. Enough of this bullshit. I'm gonna bet on myself. I'm gonna bet on myself and do it on my own. And so if you look at the themes of brotherhood, you look at love, you look at the fact that these guys came together, they had love for each other, and then somebody came in and divided them and tried to conquer them.
Yep. Yeah.
We understand how that feels. And so the one thing that I always kind of focus on is say, listen, you can identify with this. They try to get back together with their loved ones, and it was too late. So you guys can understand, you got somebody in your life. You have someone in your life that you love them today, because it might be too late tomorrow. You can identify with that. Those are some of the things that we focused on.
Yeah, not only that, just to add on to that, it's so crazy, you know, from the Rodney King to all the police brutality, things is going on today in a major way. The only thing missing back then was the cell phones, you know, but people still managed to have the cameras creeping and, you know, Rodney King, I'm sure that happened so many times. I'm sure that happens so many times more, you know what I mean, what is portrayed, and I just think that it's great.
Sound man, we can hear you.
So what I was saying is, I think that it's great that not only this film heavily so touched on that, and obviously you guys addressed it because it was part of your story, but it's just crazy. You got to give us the perspective and think about what we're doing today, why these things are still going on, how this mess is still affecting us, and how it's still a part of, you know, today's society. Police brutality is incredibly just some bullshit going on. We can all attest to that. And
Y'all get one mic to work, god damn.
oh my gosh. Hey, Cube, I just gotta give it to you. You kept a G all the time. You know, all the members, man. You was interviewing you that scene by the pool, man, where you know you said, "Get the fuck out my house." Man. You know what I'm saying? That's G'd up right there, man. We appreciate that. We appreciate how in real times those were that you stood up with somebody strong, somebody honorable, and you had the brain, you had smarts, man. You know what I'm saying? You had intelligence. You were speaking properly. You were handling business like you should have, man. And that's just something that I'm really inspired by that, seeing that, man. So thank you.
I appreciate that, man. You know, it was just really about, you know, where I come from. You got to be a man. You got to be, you know, down for what you believe in, and you can't sell out for money. You know what I mean? You can't sell out for fame, because you ain't gonna be happy with yourself when you go back, put your head down. You know, you can lie to everybody, but you can't lie to yourself. So, you know, I just chose to believe in what I thought was right. And I knew if I was standing on right, then, you know, I didn't really care about a career. You know, if I had to go into it wrong, if I had to go into it, you know, getting work for my money and it not being right, I wouldn't want to be famous, you know what I mean? I wouldn't want none of this, you know? It has to be right for me to be down, and that's all that was displaying was the values that I grew up on is, you know, you gotta do what's right. You can't just sell out for the money.
And that's major, you listen to your heart. You know, it's a blueprint now. Like, I've gone through, had signing contracts, having my lawyer review things, you know what I'm saying? It's crazy to not necessarily have, you know, you've never been through that. You probably never seen anybody go through that situation. I'm able to look back and see, all right, I see how the contracts and things are dealt with now. Things have been, you know, gone through and worked through, and you were the example, you know what I'm saying? So I just appreciate you for being able to listen to your intuition, because that's really hard to do. You know what I mean? You really bossed up, so I just got to commend you on that one more time. Make some noise for Ice Cube, man.
Thank you, I appreciate it.
All right, now, I can ask a million questions all day. You know what I'm saying? We got Jason right here. What's up, man? So y'all make some noise for Jason.
How y'all doing? How y'all feel? What up, Detroit? How y'all feel, D? What do you do?
Man, by the way, you killed, you know what I mean? Easy. That's crazy. Now, one of the things, you from New Orleans, right?
From New Orleans.
New Orleans is a place much like Detroit. It's hard to make it out, you know what I mean? It's a lot of struggles you got to go through. So it feels good to see you up on this big screen, you know what I'm saying? I know you got a bright future ahead of you, man, all day. But one of the things I wanted to ask you is that, okay, just like O'Shea, and just like, okay, like he had Cube, you know what I'm saying? Dre's still here. Eazy-E is the only person in the film who's not here today, you know what I'm saying, that you couldn't necessarily talk to get, you know, to exactly play him perfect. So what did you do to study Eazy-E? Because I thought I was looking at Eazy the whole film, you know what I'm saying?
That's what's up. That's what's up. Everybody feel like that? Y'all feel like that? Well, for me, I had the wave. I had to wave, you know, because I believe one of the reasons that Gary even, you know, chose me to do this, correct me if I'm wrong, but I feel like, you know, like I'm from the streets, y'all. If y'all ain't know, I'm from the streets. I did a few acting things here and there, but this changed my life, you know, and I had something that was believable that I could tap into that he just loved, you know, and I had the wave of people saying, I think he might be able to pull this off, you know? So when I got to California, the first thing I did was at first study California, you know? And then try to be the man that he was. That starts at home, you know? And I wanted to please the family, I wanted to please California, and I just started on the inside and worked my way out, you know? And I got a good result, so yeah, I love it.
All right. I think you're being real modest, man. You worked extremely hard on this, and it will change your life. I think you gave a world-class performance, worthy of an Oscar nomination for an Oscar.
Thank you. I definitely put my best foot forward, you know. And as an actor, I think it was showtime for me, you know. It was what I always wanted. I wanted to be able to pull all my guns out, no matter if it was, you know, Eazy-E or any other character. I just wanted to have such a huge arc, you know, that it lets me show everything. But when you think about going from the crack house to the White House to AIDS, it don't get no better than that, you know. So I wanted to really just, you know, pull all my bags, you know, all my tricks out the bag and see what I could do. Try to challenge myself, you know what I mean? And it's crazy. I just sat here and watched the movie with y'all and almost teared up too with y'all, you know what I mean? So that's what's up, man.
Yeah, my mom's back there tearing up for real.
That's what's up.
Sit next to her like, you know, rubbing you. Anyway, one question I want to ask that's just on my mind. What is it like having your son play you? You know, I felt like I was looking at you.
You know, I'm just proud, and every parent can you know, attest to the moment they kids step up. You know what I mean? No matter what it is, it's like the moment you see them step up and do what you taught them, do what you know they have inside of them, use their talent. You know, that's what I'm proud of, is that, you know, we gave him a big job, and I told him, you're not gonna get this. I'm not gonna give you this. It's not free. This ain't charity. I could have put you in a movie a long time ago, but you right for this. Only if you want it, only if you go for it, only if you become a great actor, you know. And he didn't have a lot of time to do it, and he did it, you know. So I'm just extremely proud, you know. It's like watching your son win the Super Bowl for the same team you won the Super Bowl with. You know what I mean? It's just a moment, you know what I mean? And you know, he'll tell you what I put him through.
Nah, yeah, I heard the audition process wasn't easy. You know, I heard he just didn't hand it to you. It was hundreds of, you know, people lined up ready to play Cube, and you know, you proved yourself. And I mean, it's nobody that could have played it better. So I gotta ask you, what does it feel like playing your dad, playing such an iconic role? You know what I mean, in a movie like this?
Man, it's after 2 years of auditions, you know, 2 years of callbacks, having 3 different acting coaches, gotten to fly to New York to have to work with a coach out there, screen test with 2 other cubes there. They call L's that day, y'all, don't worry. But you know, after months, it still didn't hit me. But sitting here, you know, watching the movie with y'all, I feel like I'm in a movie or something, you know? You know, so it's a dream come true. You know, my father's my hero, and it was, and it was like, I said I was about 18 years old when I started to realize the kind of impact he has on other lives. So seeing this movie being made without me was something that I couldn't do, you know? I couldn't see my family's legacy in anybody else's hands. So it was all about sacrificing it for my family.
You bossed up, man. You bossed up. You really, you know, you earned it. You know what I mean? I mean that full sincerity. I feel like just every moment, you know, it was just crazy to see you writing Friday in the film, man. That's, you know, that's insane. It was crazy to see, you know, such classic moments be created. You know, it's just like, you know, I know it took all of us back down memory lane. It made all of us feel a type of way. This movie is gonna live forever, you know what I mean? So you guys should be proud of that. And one thing I wanted to ask, both of you, you know, can answer this, is that you obviously shot the movie in Compton, you shot it in LA, you shot it, you know, all over. California. So what I'm saying is, how was the community? How did they embrace that? How did they accept that? Was it open arms? Was it crazy? You know, was they like, you know, tell me about it.
It was all love. You know, they was happy that we was there. You know, we was in the neighborhood hiring people to help us on the crew, you know, and do things, and you know, the kids would come out and we would, you know, sign autographs and hang out, and you know, had an ice cream truck come around there, get everybody free stuff, and it was just all love. They was giving us love, we was giving love back. We wanted to be right in the hood, you know. A lot of movies are being shot outside of LA, and we fought to have this movie shot right where it happened, because we thought that Compton was a character too. We had to show y'all why did we produce the kind of music that we did. And it showed you by showing the streets that we come from and the things we had to go through. And, you know, it's just a hint on the screen, but, you know, we wanted to be vivid, and we got a lot of love.
Well said.
Well said, for sure. And, you know, I just can't stress how relatable it was, man. You know, growing up, I can only imagine the things I've been through with the police being pulled over, wrongfully pulled over, just going through craziness in the city. So I can just imagine what, you know, we saw a little bit of it on film, but I know it's times 10, you know, that y'all went through, man. So it's just crazy to sit back and think about.
Something that surprised you? Or I was just asking him, was there something that surprised him? You know, because you guys have seen the trailer, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so, you know, that promises a few things, and I thought the trailers and the marketing was pretty good, but what surprised you?
One of the first things that surprised me is when y'all was rocking Joe Louis Arena. I was in this. You know, because I'm going to do a show there soon for the city in Joe Louis Arena, you know what I mean? So it's just cool to see that. Other things that surprised me, it's like, look, like I said, I was born in '88, so I knew NW, I know the songs. I went back and listened to the music, you know what I'm saying? Because, you know, by the time it came out, was I 2, 3 years old, you know what I mean? So I was very familiar, but what it did is it took me right back to that time in the mindset. It's like, I'm more of a fan than ever, you know what I mean? I'm more of a believer of the music, you know what I mean? And it's really cool to see I was just surprised about, like, how many foundations y'all built and laid down, how many barriers y'all broke down for us, you know what I'm saying? Not just for rap music, just for people. Y'all were a motherfucking, like, powerful voice, you know what I mean? Excuse my language, but that's how extreme it was. They were our voice, you know what I mean? So I just got love for that. And on top of that, being a rapper, you know, I look at it from a different perspective probably than a lot of people. And it just really emotionally touched me, inspired me. You know, I'm ready to get in the studio right now, you know what I mean? So, you know, what else was I surprised by?